Okay guys, you are going to play with the Photoshop filters. This is the goal. You're going to put a picture of you on paper 12 times, and you're going to change the filter because Photoshop has filters like looks like glass, or clone like a stamp, or I don't know, looks like canvas. They're silly things. So you're going to take one of your pictures, copy it on there 12 times, and then change each picture to a different filter. Okay? So this is what you need. You need a picture of you. Alright? So I would like it to be vertical. If it's not vertical, then please crop it to be vertical. Make sure that the picture is well exposed so that you can see what filter you add to it. So I am going to make a new piece of paper. This is a different size paper for you because it's not going to be the typical. So usually we have 11 by 8.5, but now we're going to make the width 8.5, and we're going to make the height 11. So it's going to be vertical. So pull your tabs apart and go to the move tool and move your picture over. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to copy this picture 12 times. So you have to figure out what size is this picture going to be in order for you to get it on there several times. So to me this looks like it'll work. Otherwise I'd have to do Control T and make it smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the layer box is open. If you don't know how to make sure the layer box is open, Window and make sure Layers is checked. So I need to duplicate this. So I'm going over to Layer Box. I right click the mouse, go to Duplicate. I could label it, but I'm not. Hit OK. So now I have an extra layer. I don't see it, so I have to make sure I'm on the Move tool, and I move it over. And I duplicate it again. So you can make sure all of this fits. I'm actually going to pump it up here just so. Alright, so you could continue to go over to Layer Box and duplicate it, you know, or you can, now that you have one row, select one of the pictures and then hold in Control and select the other two. So now I have all of the pictures selected, but not my paper. So now I have these selected. I can right click the mouse, duplicate, hit OK. So it just duplicated 3. So bring it down. It's still highlighted, so right click it, duplicate, hit OK. And then another time, duplicate. And I'm actually going to run off the paper. So this is what I'm going to do. Click so that you undo the 3, and you should be able to make this layer box longer. Alright, so I'm going to select the first layer, hold in Shift and go to the last. So I have all of the pictures, not the paper. Okay, so I select one layer, hold in Shift on the keyboard and go to the last image. So I'm going to do that Control T, hold in Shift and make it smaller to fit on the paper. Then I hit return. So now I am going to select one picture at a time and then change it. You might want to just save this. File, Save As, save it to your desktop. Last name, filter, keep it a Photoshop because you want the layers still. So now go up and select a picture, go up to the top, filter, filter gallery. So this will open and you'll have artistic, you'll have brush, distort, stylize, sketch. So you can open or toggle open or down or whatever So if I select this, it'll turn his picture, and then I can change the width, the brightness, and the smoothness. So you just need to get in there and play with it, and then when you hit OK, that image will change. So then you go to the next picture, filter. Now don't go to the first one because it'll just repeat. Go down to the filter gallery, so go to the second one, and that's when you'll have this open, and then you can change it. So this is water paper, and you just want to mess with it. Sometimes it looks cool, just depends on what you're going for. Hit OK. Click on another layer, filter, filter gallery, and then let's see, they have glass. They've got a lot of really weird stuff. So I just want you to get in there and check it. So I want you to change every single picture to a different filter, and then I want you to save it. Okay? So when you save it, you're going to save it as filter, last name filter, again, Photoshop. So yeah, you want to replace it because you fixed it, and then go back in and save it as a JPEG, and turn both of those in to the S drive. Now for the portfolio, you want it on a horizontal piece of paper to go with Google, and you're going to then add a title and a description. So how would I do that? So I would, let me just put this up here. So if I want to move this over, I make a new piece of paper, just like we normally do. So I want 11's the width, 8.5's the height, 300. Okay. So here, I did save this as a JPEG, but it's still as a PSD. So I could close it and open up the JPEG, or I could just flatten it real quick. Layer, flatten image. So now it's all one. So now I'm going to pull that over, and I'm going to make it smaller to fit the paper. So now I am going to put my title on here and my description and add it to my portfolio. So it should say using filters in Photoshop, and it should say we copied our image 12 times, we learned how to duplicate quickly and move the images around, and then each picture is a different filter. So once you put that on paper, then put that in your portfolio. But turn in just the paper that you have made so I can print it for you. Okay? Last name filter.